Lasagna, lasagna. We are live. How are you guys? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are tuning in live. Let us know if you're watching us live. We are here, Kamito, Shivani, and myself. Weekly, these lovely ladies and I gathered together just to discuss any topics that we find helpful for you guys to have insight what it takes, what it means to be a business owner, to have an internet-based business running for us in the back, never stopping, no matter what. If you are cooking like me, I have a lasagna right now in the oven, so let's do this quickly. Girls, today, what do you feel? I feel like I picked this topic because, there are so many options out there right now in the online space, uh, opportunities like how to generate an extra income online. So people might be overwhelmed or with so many options. So how can we direct or give some tips how people can decide or evaluate what's the right endeavor in the internet? What do you think?
I like this topic. So I'm going to jump in because obviously you guys
Or
tell me
let's
all
put
the
it
time
like
how I
this
sound.
way, like
Uh,
don't let Shivani goes first,
No,
Kamitra.
no,
Come on.
she
I'm
has
kidding,
to
I'm
go
kidding.
first, so I could cut her off. Come on.
now, see
Oh
what
yeah,
happens when you do this?
good trick.
Um, so I can't talk for every single opportunity out there, but for this opportunity, and obviously I'm speaking from the point of view of having been there, done that before, because as everybody knows now with my story, I started in the online world when Sophie was born 11 years, 12 years, oh, 12 years ago. 12 years ago, and it fell flat because I've always wanted to do this, and everybody's going to be good, is going to identify with this. You always have that thing in the back of your head where, I want to do something different, but I don't quite know what, and I'm not quite sure how. So I decided when I was on maternity leave, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start my own online digital venture. And I did exactly what everybody else does. I Googled the daylights out of it, and I was like, right, that's it. That's all I need to know. I don't need any help from anybody else. I can do this. And well, we all know how that story turned out. So when I was looking for my new venture, the biggest thing I needed was some training, because while I didn't want to admit it before, I know now that I didn't know what I was doing then, and that was a big thing. I didn't know what I was doing, and I know sometimes you kind of go, why do I need somebody to tell me? Well, when I look back now, all those dots, I might have had those dots or some of those dots, but I didn't know what order to put it in. I didn't know how much to do it. I didn't know when, where, all of those kinds of things. And I probably would have worked it out if I'd stuck with it from then till now. It would have taken me the whole 12 years. But my biggest thing was I knew I needed some training, and I knew I needed excellent training at that. I don't know how you guys felt when you were looking, but that was my biggest thing that I was looking for.
So for me, well, I
Wow,
also was in the
okay.
corporate world for 10 years, right? And again, just I resonate completely with what you said, where you have this feeling inside where you just want something more, but you don't know what it is. So I actually decided I love like facials and massages and things like that. So I decided, you know what, I need to do something on the side. So I actually made the effort to go and do these courses, get certified, and I actually wanted to open my own in-home facial studio, right? So I actually got I bought the product, I bought the bed, I made the
Mm,
investment and whatever, because every business has investments. I did that, right?
mm,
But during the process, I started to realize, oh my God, well, this I have to take accountability for the things that I have. I have to make sure and take it off, check how much product you have, check prices to make sure whatever, and make sure your price is still marketable with a profit. And I realized it's possible, yes, but it's going to take a lot of work. And I'm already working a full-time job, working 10 to 12 hours every day. And I was like, I'm going to do this, but you know what? If an opportunity presents itself that is easier, then I will definitely do that, right? So when I came across it, it so happened that I got the opportunity to immigrate. So I actually, before I even opened the facial business, I stopped it, right? So which means I had a lot of money invested in there, but I did to move to Canada was actually a big opportunity, and I could not say no to that, right? So when I moved here now, I was looking for something because I already started to develop. I want my own business, or I want something on the side, right? So I was on a mission now, right? So when I came across this particular our opportunity, what I was looking for is something. I was looking for a few things actually, right? But I was looking for one, a legit business, something that would have been online, which means it was easier for me to actually continue my job on the side, right? Because online means with you all the time, portable things like that, flexibility, right? And I was also looking for something because I went through facial business. I was looking for something where I didn't have to stockpile any products, I didn't have to do any inventory and things like that. And this worked perfectly for me. So it was easy for me to actually just say I'm willing to lose that amount of money because this was the potentials of this business was so much more worth it. And just for the record, I did end up selling everything and it was fine. But the point is I went into this knowing, you know what, I'm willing to lose that because of how great this opportunity presented itself as. So for me, I was looking for something where I didn't have to deal with products, I didn't have to deal with stockpiling or inventory.
So basically what you're saying is, Shivani mentioned about training, that for somebody looking or considering or entertaining an idea to come on up and running in online space should take in consideration and make sure that it has training at least for yourself. And Kamitra mentioned about the nature of the business itself, what you will be doing on a daily basis. So she wanted something that adjusts to her daily routine at that moment. I mean, you were working, so you were looking for something that didn't really take you so much of your time because time is limited. So it means that you didn't have to deal with shipping, inventory, because you have to do that. And there are so many options.
I did research e-commerce, right? I did research e-commerce, but because it didn't have that, you have to deal with products and shipping and things like that, right? Which is why I decided that was not for me.
There are, big players in the market who put their, the logo, their brand, come and join us, start now. And there is like even a specific amount. You start with this, or probably you start with zero, and but it depends on of what's your plan for the future. If you want to play small, I think that this is a perfect thing. Play small, but if your intention is to see this in the long term, to take this business as something that will take over, it will become your plan A. So you have to think big, play in the long term, not for next week. Exactly. So also, so it will depend on your intention. Where do you want this endeavor to take you in your life? So I will say that part. And another big thing that I feel people stop and think, it's about the support. It's not about the training. The training could be, simple videos, and then you are set up. But then after that, what if you have questions? If your case is totally different from the training itself, who is going to give you a hand or the enlightenment, And some people, how much they are charging monthly. All these coaches who are, their business is help entrepreneur people to get up and running. How much they charge monthly, or you have to pay like a contract for 2 years. Today, I was talking with somebody actually like 30 minutes before we jump here, and she was saying that she's an entrepreneur, and she just by curiosity, she joined a webinar for somebody who, it doesn't matter the nature of your business, I will help you to flourish your business. And she says that she was charging people 2,000 monthly for 2 years. That's crazy. And she said that I am not even making 500 monthly, and how I'm going to get this. And our community, that we don't really charge any monthly or annual fee to enjoy for all this support and the training that is keep updated every week, because our industry change, and we need to be updated and adapt to the changes of the market. So I thought, oh my God, we are so blessed. We are so lucky, whatever you want to call it.
Everything in one, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One thing.
the other support, yes, we all need, yes, the support as in, to help you grow and to help you flourish, and the mentoring support is handy, because there are times when you just need somebody to go, let me just reassure you, you're not crazy. You're okay. This is just a blip in the radar. But the other thing that I was aware of, because obviously, like I said, my experience of having not done it before, is that I knew that I needed some help to fill some of the knowledge gaps that I had, because there are some things that are just technical and you don't have that knowledge. And when I was looking as well, I needed something that can help me fill those knowledge gaps. And I obviously didn't know how I was going to fill it, but I knew I needed something to help me fill that. So like, one of the other things that drew us to our system was the fact that the techie support is already in there. So it was not something additional that I had to learn. It was already there that I could access and, use as I needed. And luckily only comes at, like a minimal cost by comparison to other places to set up. So that was a big plus for me as well, because no matter how amazing you are, if you're going online, you need at least a minimum of techie skills to set up. And I didn't need to have that. That came with the system. That was a big bonus as well. Because I tell you, I did this before and I know it's not easy.
Yeah, something else that actually appealed to me really strongly. All my years in the corporate world, I never imagined that I would actually be able to leave the corporate world. And I think anyone who's in the corporate world and looking for something else on the outside, it means you're not happy in the corporate world, right? Which means piece of you, whether you acknowledge it yet or embrace it as yet, piece of you actually want to leave the corporate world if the opportunity presents itself. That's just my personal opinion, but I think it holds true for most people who are looking for something else, because something just isn't settled in your job. Because if you were settled and happy, you wouldn't be looking, right? That idea wouldn't even pop into your head, right? So this system provided option where once you commit and put the effort and you stick to it, just like Rosa said, this is not for next week, right? This is for long term. This is where something we can leave for our kids, right? If you stick at it and you have the opportunity to leave the corporate world, to me that was like, oh my God, all those years I always thought, well, I would always have to just be doing both, like the corporate world plus a sideline job. But it never occurred to me that it actually will be possible for me to leave the online world and to leave the corporate world. And now, especially now that I've actually done it, it's like I thank God every day for that, for that possibility. And what's amazing as well is that it could be for anyone. It's not something special for me or a special type of person.
Yeah. That is something that so when you spend all the time climbing the ladder, when you obviously, as you grow, as you age, as you mature, things change. And when I started in the corporate world, I was sure that was what I wanted. I wanted to hit that boardroom, and I was not going to stop until I hit that boardroom. And I busted to get there. I did everything you needed to do to get there. And you know what? I don't exactly know when, because it wasn't this magical moment when, there was a shaft of light from the heavens and I had my massive revelation. But slowly, my priorities changed, and the things that I wanted weren't the boardroom anymore. And I honestly had moments where I was like, well, you know what? You're just going to have to suck it up, Shivani. You've spent 15 years here. What are you going to do? Go and reinvent yourself? What? You think that's possible? I genuinely did not even know that was an option. Because when you're in corporate, your options are to stay and die in corporate, or you become freelance, where you're one step removed from corporate. You pay your own taxes, but you're still working in the corporate mill, and you like to think of yourself as, I'm free, but really you're a contractor working in there. Those were your only two options, because you either work for a company or get somebody to hire you. You've got limited options when you're corporate. And when I found this, it was like, oh my God, it was a whole, I know I joke about it, but it was a whole new world, because I now had an option that didn't exist previously. I mean, when you spend all that time,
that you didn't even think possible, right?
Well, it didn't exist. I didn't know it was possible. You spend all that time and you feel a little bit, that's why I said, it's handy to know that there are others like you. And, it's handy when there are people can tell you, okay, you're not crazy. But you know, you spend all that time climbing that ladder, and you wake up one day and you think, oh, do you know what? I've just had enough. I don't know when it started, but I don't want it anymore. That's so weird sometimes when you realize your priorities have shifted and things have changed.
Yeah.
And you
But
don't
I think that's natural progression with human beings, right? It's for you to just take stock and not push those feelings down, right?
Well, not everybody does, though. Some people do. I have friends still in the corporate world who are fighting who wake up every morning and they go, you know, I'm going to have to deal with the same the same rubbish.
But anyways, we cannot make people want, you know. And
No,
what
of
we
course
have
not.
discovered is something very unique. And of course, we would like to scream it and go to the roof of the building and scream it out. But you know, only few people will act on it, and we are lucky that we did on the right time. So you guys that you were watching there and you are wondering like what we do, how we do it, it's okay to be curious, and your curiosity can be satisfied by watching, you know, the free and no obligation workshop that we have every Tuesday and Thursday. And today is Tuesday, and you know what? Today is not a normal Tuesday. You might have the chance to see me there tonight. Yeah. I mean,
today is a special Tuesday.
I am very, you know, positive. Yeah, I am very positive. You know, I'm being waiting. I don't know for how many months. I put my name there because I want to be in the live workshop there with Mike and all these panelists, all these beautiful people that also share their story, their journey, how it has been. People like from 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, from any walks of life. So if you don't resonate with any of these crazy three ladies that you see here, don't worry that you might find somebody like you in there tonight or next Thursday or next week, whatever. I don't know how many weeks you will still go and watch the webinar until you convince yourself. But you know, nobody will convince you. Nobody will convince you. It's you. You are the one who, I mean, has to trigger that and want it. You need to want more out of life, and we cannot make people want more. We just say, we show the path, the doorway that you have to go through and see it yourself and see if this digital platform has the potential to change your life. It has, definitely is. It is what it is, and that's why you have to go and watch it yourself. But anyway,
what we could tell you is, if you do choose to take a chance and check it out and whatever, we will be here to help you and guide you.
Exactly.
And we've done it.
Like guide people. Yeah, we are the GPS. To show you the best route. To spend less time, less resources. Anyways, guys, I hope. Sorry.
Why would you not take a chance when there's nothing to lose? Free.
Yeah, just information. Just go hear the information. Yeah.
You're gonna spend that hour in a meeting where it could have been an email anyway.
Too many of those.
Okay, guys. Girls, thank you so much for helping up here. See you next time, guys.
You're welcome. Bye.